Hello, I'm Frank Hannaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps, the channel where I talk about my path to self-realization and the small steps I'm taking to get there with the help of my teacher, Eknath Ishwaran. Well, today I'm going to be doing something that I'm really surprised I haven't done a long time ago, which is tell you how to get started in passage meditation. Now, I'm always putting links at the bottom and saying go to these links and you'll get more information. But today I'm going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of passage meditation, and I'm going to tell you why I keep giving you those links. Because I actually learned to meditate off the internet. My doctor made a suggestion about this method in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. I went home, looked it up online, and I started the next morning, and it so resonated with me that I've never stopped. That isn't everybody's experience. Some people try it out for a while. Some people have lives that are so busy, they have things pushing and pulling on them, that over time they develop into a fuller, more regular practice. Whatever you do is fine. First of all, let me tell you what we do in passage meditation, and let me start you off by talking about the prayer of St. Francis. When Ishwaran came to this country as a Fulbright fellow, and he realized what a need there was for meditation in the West, particularly in America, and he was here. He looked for a passage that really encapsulated the teachings, is going to sound highfalutin, the teachings of mysticism, which there's some form of mysticism in every major religion, whether it be Islam or Hinduism or Buddhism or Judaism or Christianity. Every major religion has a mystical tradition. Either it is that or it's associated with that. So what we do is we memorize a passage, and Ishwaran suggests the St. Francis prayer. So you memorize, it's not very long, it's not difficult to memorize, and you sit upright with your spine in a straight line, your head, neck, shoulders, and spine in a straight line. You can be seated in a chair if you do that, preferably one with arms, or you can be seated on the floor. I personally sit on cushions, cross-legged, because that's the most comfortable way for me. But I sit against a wall supported, so I don't have to think about my back. The less you think about your body, the better. You don't need incense. In fact, anything that sort of has a sensory appeal is better to avoid. You won't find perfect quiet, but you try to find as quiet a place as possible. Ishwaran says if you got an extra room in your house, make that room dedicated, but if not, find a corner or something and make where you meditate that place all the time to the best of your ability. Now, what I found when I started was I experimented with different places in my house until I came to because I didn't have a room I could really dedicate. When I moved into my mom's house and we remodeled, I had been practicing quite a while, and I had a room designed and specifically, in fact, that's the room I'm in right now, where I meditate, and it works great. So, but it can be just a chair. When I've had serious back problems, I've sat up straight in bed with cushions propping me up and meditated in bed. So there are options. The biggest thing is that you're sitting with your spine in a straight line. The reason for that becomes apparent much later in the process, but you want to start off correctly. So, and then you close your eyes gently and you go through the words of the St. Francis prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Not out loud, but silently. You don't think about the meaning. You just focus your attention on each word. Trust me, you already know what it means. So your whole idea is to tell your mind what to do. What you will find is your mind doesn't want to do what you tell it to do. It's not used to that. It's never done that. For most of us, I think almost all of us, honestly. So distractions will come. You'll start hearing the dog barking down the street and you'll think, is that a Cocker Spaniel or a St. Charles Spaniel? So all you do, you don't beat yourself up, you don't get upset. You just find your place and bring your attention back to the words of the passage. If you get totally lost, you may want to go back to the beginning. When you get all through with the passage, if there's still time left, you can go through the passage again. We just take a passage and focus on it. Now, we also recommend that even from the beginning, after you've learned the St. Francis prayer, start learning some new passages so you don't get bored. You don't want to get bored with that prayer. It's just too perfect. It says too many wonderful things that I personally want to be, so I don't want it ever to get stale. So I've developed a repertoire of passages. Some of them are long. The longer passages, sometimes you have to split them up over a number of sessions. Okay, that's the mechanics of passage meditation. Find a place to meditate. Memorize a passage. Preferably start with the prayer of St. Francis, unless you are just so offended by the word Lord or any religious reference. If your experience has been so bad that you need to get away from that for a while, there are passages that Ishwaran recommends that don't have any mention of any kind of divinity, and some of them would be in the Tao Te Ching, the Lao Tzu, and I'm going to give you a place to go where you can find those passages for free. Now, so let's start talking about that. So I'm going to put in a link at the bottom, a link to the section of the Blue Mountain Center website, which the Blue Mountain Center Meditation is the organization that continues Ishwaran's work. And so they have a website that's just full of wonderful things. So many wonderful things sometimes that I think maybe it's overwhelming if you just go there and you don't know where to look. So my link will take you exactly to the page that says free resources for learning passage meditation. And everything is there. And you will see a tab for free passages. You can hear, for most of them, Ishwaran reading, he's reciting the passage, and then you can print it out, and you can pick ones that you really like. Also, the coolest thing of all is that there is an online course. Now, those of us who have been practicing for a while, once in a while we give an introductory workshop on passage meditation that lasts over 4 weeks. It meets once a week for 4 weeks. And they now have made all those materials, and it really isn't that you teach it, that you need to be trained. They give you a sheet and you have videos, and you show the videos, and then you lead the discussion in the room, and that's all there is to it, or you do what it says. They've put that all online, so this course is there. You could knock it out in an afternoon if you wanted to, or you can spread it out over time. You can do it at your convenience, and it will really get you started, not only with meditating, but with the other aspects of the 7 other steps that we use, the other practices, which include reciting a mantra, putting others first, slowing down, things like that. So all of that help is on that resources site. So also we have what are called satsangs that are just fellowship groups with people that meditate together. Sometimes they meet every week, sometimes they meet once a month. There's a list of those online on the website, and you can call somebody in your area, or you can get in touch with me by leaving a comment or texting me or whatever, and I can help you with that. There are also retreats all over the country, and there's an introductory retreat that you can go to. Now is sort of the end of the retreat season. I think there are a couple still in California this year, and there's one in Chicago, but the others have already happened. Anyhow, any questions you have, feel free to ask me. I'm going to put those links below and label what they are. I'll put the link below of my first video, which explained how I came to passage meditation. If you want to try it out, try it out. Then once you decide it's for you, try to develop a regular daily practice at the same time every day. It is life-changing, and your life has a rhythm to it that keeps coming back to your meditation time. That's all I have for you today. I appreciate you taking your time with me. And from the very bottom of my heart, I'd like to wish you peace and joy.